today was the day when the Snyder Cut was released. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I just saw it, and I'm processing it, and I'm like, why? Like, what was wrong with you? Why didn't you like this version? Like, seriously. Like, I'm telling you, so the situation is at hand. Now, I won't explain that because it will take, like, I always find myself, it will take forever for me to actually explain what happened. There's a book called Release the Snyder Cut that came out a couple of weeks ago. If you want to know what happened, go and why the fans were, like, climbing it and doing Times Square billboards and hashtagging everything, what about the delay, all that. Go and read the book called Release the Snyder Cut. Anyway. But I finished watching it, and this movie is fantastic. Is it better than the actual cut? Let me think. Yeah. It's hell of a lot better. Like, here's the thing. I kind of am a fan of the actual version, but that's more like a, if you want to watch your Saturday morning cartoon. It's like someone who wants to watch, like, an 80s Transformers episode, but you know it's not going to be the greatest thing ever. You know? And that's what the actual cut is, even though with the weird Superman mustache and it felt like two dresses were, you know, bashing, you know, their styles and sensibilities kind of were bashing each other to the point it just made it look like a Frankenstein's monster. But, God, I mean, yes, it's 4 hours long, and I expect if it's 4 hours long, there's going to be a lot of stuff. And if you're a little bit daunted that it's 4 hours, don't worry, there are chapters. Zack Snyder split the movie into 6 chapters, so, you know, if you want to watch it more like a show than an actual movie, you can start watching it that way. But it is fantastic. There's depth, there's characters. You care about certain characters that weren't shine on. Characters who maybe were a joke. Like Flash. Like, Flash was a joke. Like, I get it. Flash is the youth. So he's kind of like, oh my god, it's Batman. And oh my god, it's Wonder Woman. And he's geeking out. Oh my god, it's the Batman and all that kind of stuff. But in the theatrical cut, that was all his thing. He was just the Crip guy. While in this, there's heart and he's not all of that. There's each character felt like a character. It didn't feel like a caricature, and that's essentially what the theatrical cut was. Like Cyborg, Victor Stone. He's like, in the actual cut, he was just a flippin'. You forget he was there. Let's be honest. You forgot. Oh yeah, Cyborg, you're in this movie. Like, well, in this, he is. You understand his backstory, you understand the connection, his relationship with his father, which is not an angsty, like, fuck you, dad kind of thing. It's more distance. It's more like a more distant relationship than a full-on, like, F you kind of, I'm moving out of the house and that kind of stuff, I'll never want to see you again kind of thing. It's very distant and shallow, and the heart of the movie, as Snyder calls it, all the cyborg bits. It's just, I mean, Batman, my boy, my main guy, he's not a quip, he's not a joke anymore, he's not doing the, oh, something please, alright, or I don't like you, I don't hate you, or, like, he's not doing that, and I was like, yes. Now, I wish he'd kick a little bit more ass. I mean, you know, the battle stuff was cool, but, you know, some fisticuffs. I was like waiting him to punch some parademons in the face. But it was everything. Now, if you're a Superman fan, he's not in the movie much. He doesn't say much because, you know, the journey of him not knowing who he is to slightly remembering who he was and who he is, and him being Superman and all that. So he doesn't say much, he's not in the movie much and all kind of stuff, but when he shows up, it's great. Definitely Flight 2.0 and the music, even though I wasn't fan with like the music for this by Junkie XL. Wasn't a fan of like any of the Amazon Wonder Woman stuff, minus the theme, the main Wonder Woman theme, but because it's Amazon's, it's linked to Greek mythology. There's always that choir thing of whoa, and I was like, nah, not a fan. And it kind of got annoying a little bit because at the beginning, because it was like you had like a Wonder Woman scene next to an Amazon scene next to another Wonder Woman scene kind of thing for like 15 minutes, and you're like, oh, for God's sakes. How many times am I going to hear that? But after that, it's kind of very limited of it. There's only one question eyebrow, which is also includes a choir, but there's a choir out of the blue after the scene between Bruce and Arthur, between Batman and Aquaman. Out of the blue, I was like, what's with that? I don't understand that part, but the rest of it, I was gripped. I was riveted. I'm on board. Guys, restore the Snyder Cut. At least let's get Justice 2 done. 2 and 3. Let's see these villains. I mean, Steppenwolf. I know we all say, like, what's so different? I mean, Steppenwolf is more a villain. He's more a fleshed out character. He's just a cartoon character in the actual version. He's in this, you understand why he's doing what he's doing. You understand Darkseid, who is awesome, by the way. Darkseid is great. So in the movie like for 5 minutes, but it's fantastic. The scene between Batman and Joker is really well put together. But Steppenwolf, it's perfect. And also the original Deathstroke thing, I'm like, why? I need to see the Affleck directed Witcher Batman movie like right now. All I will say is, for fans who were clamoring for this, and the fans who were there on day one, and I was naysayers, I'm happy to. All I will say is that me, as a huge DC fan, a big fan of these characters, all I will say is